that's helped the program for many, many years at every CAA tournament for, I think, 25 years, 26 years, however long the league has been in progress. Tommy's celebrating his 50th birthday tonight. We were invited to the party. I went, took a gift, it said hello for you all. I think he may even be here. Commissioners down here, Tom Yeager, one of the assistant commissioners, Robert Goodman, who know Tommy Young very well. But anyway, on cross-court pass on the left flank, GERALD COLDS. And actually, that was Derek Thomas who caught that ball, and a foul going to be called against William and Mary.
Well, the referee's going to call it close, especially early. It'll get these teams realizing they're going to keep it clean out there. The Tribe's got to key into that now, not commit dumb fouls.
GERALD COLDS on the right side to Thomas. Derek Thomas on the right elbow, tries to penetrate, can't, nothing there. COLDS works that ball on the left side, high pass to McCoy, right side to COLDS, tries to penetrate, can't. Right side to Derek Thomas, bounce pass up top to McCoy. Right wing now pass to Thomas, the ball off his foot, and that is an over and back call, and it goes to William and Mary. 19.5 remaining in the first half, and there is no score. William and Mary versus the Drexel Dragons.
I think it's very obvious that this matchup zone creates some problems for Drexel. Had trouble with it the last few years.
Well, Tribe's won 6 out of 7 with this bunch, the Drexel Dragons. Boatner out front, bounce pass on the right side. Up top now to McDowell. Kits between the circle, or the high post, I should say. Angles to the right side. Now to McDowell. Tries to penetrate, trying to back his way in. Follow away 15-footer. Good! And Quinn McDowell makes it a 2-0 ball game. Franz Masonat into the front court. Bounce pass on the left side to GERALD COLDS. COLDS tries to penetrate in the paint. Little scoop shot from 7 feet. No good. Marcus Kitts gets the bound. Brandon Britt into the front court. Brandon, the freshman, goes by his man. Down the lane, and the layup is up and in. The Tribe's on top 4-0. Into the front court, Masonat on the left side of GERALD COLDS. Stops his dribble. COLDS can really shoot. Sammy Gibbons up top. Left side now to Masonat. Masson on the right side with the ball now. Bounce pass down low to McCoy. Knocked away by John Mark Ludwig, but he gets it back. Bounce pass underneath to Derek Thomas into the lane. Blocked by Kitts. Ball up in the air on the floor now, and Boatner will get the loose ball. Britt into the front court. Tribe on top 4-0. Brandon into the lane. Bounce pass on the left side to Marcus Kitts, and the ball went between his legs or near his legs and out of bounds.
Well, that time I think he should have shot the ball, Jay. He got in the air and was up there, had a pretty good look at the basket.
To the front court will come Franz Masonat in the left corner. A three-pointer by GERALD COLDS, no good. William and Mary controlling the board, and an over-the-back call called on Daryl McCoy. So the Tribe on top 4-0. Good start for William and Mary. We played 2 minutes of hoops. Tribe versus one of the hotter teams in the league, and if you go from hot to cold, William and Mary, one of the colder teams in the league. Into the front court, Brandon Britt. Up top, Marcus Kitts gives that ball to McDowell. Left side to Ludwig. Ludwig on the left wing to Brandon Britt. Up top now to John Mark Ludwig. Works that ball on the right wing. Nearly threw it away, but Boatner chases down the errant ball. Britt, left side of McDowell. McDowell looking for a cutter. Bounce pass up top to Kitts, trying to drive, and that ball is blocked away by McCoy and out of bounds. It stays with William and Mary with 11 on the shot clock.
Tribe's doing a good job of spacing, Jay. They're spreading that floor out and making everybody play one-on-one, and team defense hadn't been a factor yet.
Britt to Kitts to Britt for 3. From the baseline, good! Brandon hit that one from way out, and it's a 7-0 ball game. Britt's got 5 points. He's had 3 games this year where he scored 15, so he's a scorer. COLDS on the right side to Derek Thomas, gets a pick from his man, nowhere to go with it. On the left side now to COLDS, back out on the left wing to Franz Masonat, into the corner to GERALD COLDS. Nothing there. McCoy way out front, tries to penetrate into the lane, over Kitts, no good, and the rebound, Quinn McDowell. Quinn moving the other way from right to left as you gaze into your radio dial tonight. Quinn McDowell stops, does not want to pop, back to Ludwig, back to McDowell. McDowell guarded by GERALD COLDS. You surprised with that to move, Charlie? COLDS guarding him?
I think a lot of people in the league are doing that to him because they're trying to keep him from handling the ball.
Long jumper, no good by Quinn McDowell. He had a little bit of an open 3, and the rebound comes out to Drexel. Tribe leading 7-0. Left wing to Masonat. Cross-court pass to Thomas. Right elbow now to COLDS. Slices and dices from 15 feet. Front of the rim, no good. And the rebound comes out to William and Mary's Marcus Kitts, who's had a few caroms here in the early going. We've nearly played 4 minutes. Brandon Britt, left wing, into the corner. Bodner for three. High arc, no good. Tip up and good by Kitts over McCoy. Charlie, you got to be excited and surprised about that one.
The first thing I said, Jay, we had to show them we're going to compete, and right now the Tribe is definitely doing that.
9-0 affair. Left wing now to Derek Thomas. Thomas trying to penetrate, can't. Massenot. Bounce pass down low along that baseline to Sammy Gibbons. Back to Cole. Back now to Gibbons along the baseline. Back to Coles on the right. A three-pointer launched. It's up and good. And the Drexel Dragons took about 4 minutes and 15 seconds to do it, but they are now on the board. It's 9-3. Into the front court. Brandon Britt, right side to McDowell. Lob it down low to Marcus Kitts along that baseline. Marcus trying to penetrate into the paint down the lane, and he puts up a little one-handed hook shot, no good. And the rebound to the Dragons into the front court. Massenot tries to penetrate, and he went in the lane out of control. John Mark Ludwig draws the charge, and we have a timeout on the floor. So far, so good at the cap tonight to score. It's the Tribe 9 and Drexel 3. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. Right. 21-21, Charlie Mack.
Is it really? I'd say Pittsburgh's definitely got the momentum, wouldn't you?
I would think so.
Yeah,
Who it?
They're on Baltimore 17. Yeah. 12:52 to go. They just went up. Field goal's good.
Let Emily do that. You know, she's back there watching the game.
And welcome back courtside, Kaplan Arena, 15-22 to go in our first half. Tribe on top 9-3. And Charlie, so far the stats look really, really good. Tribe shooting 50%, out rebounding Drexel 7-2. Haven't turned the ball over but once, and they've got, as you said, great spacing of offense.
Well, they do, and I thought one of the most important things, they've got to let this team know they're going to compete with it. And I think they've come out with a certain degree of physicality which they need to have tonight.
It is Kendricks Brown into the ball game now. Tribe's made some substitutes. Ruskoven in there as well. Kyle Gaylord in the ball game also. Gaylord with it. Left wing to Kendricks. Bounce pass up top to Tim Ruskoven. Lob it down low McDowell. And the ball is blocked. Nice defensive play that time by Drexel. Into the front court. Down to Gerald Coles on the right side point. That's a two-pointer by Derek Thomas. The sophomore connects. And it's up and good. 9-5. To the front court, Brown works that ball on the right wing to McDowell. Up top now to Ruskoven. Ruskoven left wing to Gaylord. Gaylord high post to Bodner. Bodner for three, and a perfect shot by the freshman, who's looking a lot smoother and more comfortable on the college basketball court in the last half dozen games. It is a 12-5 game. Coles, right side to Derek Thomas, looking down low. A little bit of a mismatch down low with McDowell and the big guy McCoy. They didn't get it to him, however. They get the ball on the left side of the court, and the driving layup by Gibbons is no good, and he's fouled. Ruskoven with that personal foul.
Sammy Gibbons at the foul line for the Dragons.
Tend to show the propensity to get in foul trouble, and we'll about that with Coach Willem in a moment as the Gibbons free throw is up and good. He's learning how to play the defense in college, isn't he?
Well, I think the big thing is he's playing a position that is very physical, Jay. And in order to try to neutralize that, I think sometimes he goes overboard trying to be physical, and that's how he gets caught.
Gibbons' free throw is in the air, and it's good. That's a 12-7 ball game now. Tribe on top by 5 with 14:21 left in the first half. Chris Fouch, their leading scorer, took them nearly 6 minutes of ball to get him in the ball game. He's averaging 17.5 points per game. He checks in. Brent up top to Bodner. Bodner on the left wing to John Mark Ludwig. John Mark bounce pass high post to Tim Rustoven. Rustoven into the corner to John Mark Ludwig, who tries to penetrate, can't. Up top to Bodner on the right side now to Gaylord. Gaylord to Brown to Ludwig. Bounce pass down low to Rustoven. Now on the left wing to Brown. Brown, no shot there. Bounce pass up to Ludwig. Down low to Rustoven. Into the paint. Ball knocked away from him. And they've got 2 on the shot clock. John Mark's got to get rid of the ball at the buzzer. And they say no. Oh, my. Well, hold on just a second. They have to go to the tape. What an unbelievable shot. Charlie, I was going to ask you, is there a reason why John Mark Ludwig in his career, 90% of his shots have been from three-point line?
Well, he never gets anywhere but the three-point line for the most part, Jay. But he is an exceptionally good three-point shooter, and I'd like to see him get about 5, 6, 7, 8 of them every night.
Wow. Yeah, attempts. That's what you mean.
That's right.
He and I was looking at the stats. He and McDowell's a 48.5% shooter from the three-point line. Boy, if you could get those guys, like you say, 8 to 10 three-point shots a night, good things might happen.
Pretty productive if you did.
But as you well know, other coaches know that, and they try to do things to stop them.
Well, and everybody, as we say, is playing Quinn McDowell with guards right now because they make it very tough for him to catch the ball. Now, he is able to post up on occasion when they do that, but they're getting a lot of help when he goes in there because people know that he's a good scorer.
Now, we are on video stream tonight, and most games we're on video streaming and they cover our play-by-play of radio, so we welcome those folks listening in. But do they look at that video streaming? Is that because obviously we're not televised?
Well, what they're looking for is that red line around the basket to go off when the shot clock goes off and see if the ball's still in the shooter's hand.
Right, and they are using our screen for that. While we've got a second, James Madison is leading UNC Wilmington 12-6 early on in that game. And in Pittsburgh, the Steelers now on top of the Ravens, 24-21, 10 minutes to go in that ball game.
That has been a great comeback by Coach Tomlin and his Steelers, trailing 21-7 in the first half, and now Steelers leading 24-21. We have several Tribe fans who are also Steeler fans for the obvious reasons.
That's right.
Mike Tomlin, head coach, former outstanding player and graduate of the College of William & Mary.
Now here comes the decision.
Yeah, maybe they're going to give him a point and a half. They just don't know. It's got to be one or the other. It can't be. It's got to be Drexel ball and no points.
There's no draw when it comes to three-point shots, Jay, before the buzzer.
But what a shot! I mean, he didn't even look at the bucket. Turned around, falling out of bounds, and the shot went in. And from where the Dragons are lining up, apparently they're not going to count it.
No. I'll tell you what. If you've watched him practice, he's got shots from all over this floor, and he's pretty good at it.
Good crowd on hand tonight, even the upper deck above us. This is without the student body. Here, the first class is not until next Thursday, and they do wave off the bucket, and it's a Drexel ball. Franz Masonat into the front court for the Drexel Dragons. Tribe on top, 12-7. Left wing now to Chris Fouch. Bounce pass down low to Sammy Gibbons along the baseline, and a charging foul. That's the second charging foul drawn by John Mark Ludwig, who's done a nice job right there. First foul on Gibbons. Gibbons, a big guy in his own right, 225 pounds, 6'5". Now Matt Rum coming into the ball game for William & Mary, and Brandon Britt back in. Freshman out of Chesapeake. Dribble the left hand across the timeline, reverses it now to the right. Right wing pass to Gaylord, up top to Kitts. Marcus between the circles, on the right side to Brandon Britt, underneath to Marcus, along that baseline, cut off by McCoy. Pop pass back out to John Mark Ludwig, on the right side to Matt Rum. Matt Rum angling to the left. 13 on the shot clock, gets the pick, right side to Britt, takes a peek at the clock, now it says 9. Britt on the left side into the paint, down the lane, driving layup good, and a blocking foul called on the Drexel Dragons.
I tell you, he's getting well at home now on that floor. I mean, he looks for his spots. He's like greased lightning going to that basket.
Well, I made the similar comment about Bowden. I mean, these guys are getting comfortable on the floor. It's a different floor. It's a different atmosphere. It's different intensity. It's a longer game in high school.
It's a different game, Jay. It's more physical, and there are bigger people out there. That's the big thing. There's so many big people on the floor in Division I college basketball today.
Britt's free throw is up and good. Brandon's now got 8 points in the game, and the Tribe's on top 15-7. Off to a great start tonight. Derek Thomas, left side to Chris Fouch. Double team, bounce pass on the left to McCoy, back out top to Thomas. Thomas looking underneath for Givens, though he's not home. Now they find him, guarded by John Mark Ludwig. Little turnaround hook shot is up and in. Givens comes down court shaking his head like, that's what I need to do every time. He's got 4 points. Bounce pass up top to Kitts. Now to Gaylord, left wing to Ludwig. Left elbow now to Brandon Britt. 5 on top, 15-9. Britt, left elbow, trying to penetrate into the paint. Reverses his dribble down the lane, and a foul going to be called on the Drexel Dragons. I believe it was number 11, Gerald Coles.
Drexel foul on number 11.
So they reversed to Coles. It's playing, well, it's right now McDowell's having a break, so they got Coles on Brandon Britt. And Brandon will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Britt in his freshman year, averaging 7.3 points per game, and already got 9 in this one.
Passing that is out of the ball game. He's their normal point guard.
Darte Ruffin into the game. You like this guy too, don't you?
I think he's a very good prospect.
Brandon Britt makes a couple of free throws. Go ahead.
He's been Rookie of the Week, I think, at least twice, maybe even 3 times.
Ruffin, another big guy, 6'8", 240-pounder. Left side, Chris Fouch. Down low, it goes to Givens into the paint. Scoop shot, turnaround jumper is up and good. Tough to stop that.
Well, you got to take that side away. He's going to shoot the ball with his left hand. Take the right side away.
Brandon Britt up top to Marcus Kitts. 17-11. Ball knocked away and knocked out of bounds. Kind of an unforced error there. Drexel was playing D, but Marcus just lost control.
That's one of those self-inflicted turnovers. The guy in the low post there, if you take his right shoulder away, make him go to the left shoulder, then he's not going to be able to shoot the ball the same way.
Into the front court, Gerald Coles. Derek Thomas with it on the turnover. Tribe leading 17-11, but Drexel ball. Givens along the baseline. Into the corner it goes to Chris Fouch. Left elbow, trying to penetrate, can't, now does. Down the lane, wide open layup is up and in.
That's too easy right there. You can't let these guards dribble down the paint.
17-13. Britt into the front court with Rum. Right side of McDowell, up top to Brandon Britt. Left wing now to Kyle Gaylord. Gaylord between the circles to McDowell. High post bounce pass to Kitts. Marcus back to Quinn, gets a pick. Angling to the left side into the lane. Left wing now to Gaylord for 3. Baseline jumper does not fall, and Chris Fouch gets the rebound. Drexel wants to run, down by 4 points. High post to Ruffin, nearly stolen by Kitts. Right side to Thomas. Bounce pass down low to Givens. Underneath to McCoy. They try to get him. They actually got him pretty good. He missed the layup, and the rebound comes out to Marcus Kitts. McDowell into the front court. Cross-court pass on the right side to Rum. Up top to Britt. Now between the circles to McDowell. McDowell bounce pass up top to Marcus Kitts. Bounce pass on the left wing to McDowell. McDowell stops and pops for 3. Good! Quinn McDowell's got 5 points. And it's 20-13. Tribes back up by 7. Bounce pass down low. Ball kicked away by William and Mary. And we have a timeout on the floor. 10 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the first half. So far, so good. It's the Tribe 20 and Drexel 13. Back after this timeout on the William and Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
We have 2 contestants who have 30 seconds to put on shoes, jersey, and shorts, and run back to the baseline. Our contestants are Hannah and Rachel.
They're dead set on getting the ball inside.
Is that good or bad?
Thus far, as long as we have energy, that's good. If we start getting a little bit lazy, it'll hurt us. Those little girls can't even lift those shoes.
It's time left.
7:34 in the fourth. 24-21. Pittsburgh second and 7 on their own 15. You're doing pretty good.
Whoa! Robert Goodman first started that this thing here at William Mary. Oh, no. That's not good.
Bill McDonald alongside Jay Colley, Charlie Willem. 10 minutes and 36 seconds to go in our first half. Tribe on top of Drexel, 20-13. We've been Mary shooting 53.8% right now, 7 of 13 from the floor. Drexel shooting 45.5. They're 5 of 11. We've been Mary has doubled up the rebounding, 8-4. A little bit of a surprise there. Top scorer in the game so far, Brandon Britt, the freshman, a perfect 3 of 3 from the floor, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He's got 10 points. Okay.
Is that Sam?
Drexel ball following the timeout.
Drexel ball after the timeout. Fouch lobs that ball in to Colds. Colds across the timeline. Works that ball on the left wing to Fouch. Back down to Gerald Colds. Right wing to Thomas. Thomas looking down low. Bounce pass to Darte Ruffin. Turnaround jumper from the baseline. No good. Sammy Giffens gets a one-arm rebound. Into the corner. Colds. Three-pointer. No good. Ball on the floor. Picked up by Marcus Kitts.
Tribe's doing a great job of rebounding right now, Jay.
That's 5 rebounds for Marcus. Seems like about 12. That down the lane right side, no good by Brandon Britt. And the rebound comes out to Sammy Gibbons into the front court. Works that ball on the left side. Up top now to Sammy Gibbons. Gibbons works it on the right wing. Gives it now to Thomas. Derek Thomas between the circles. Tribe in the kind of defense, Charlie.
They're playing man-to-man right now, Jay.
Left wing, bounce pass into the corner, left elbow now to Chris Fouch. Down low underneath Gibbons, blocked by Gaylord. Great block by Kyle, the sophomore. Into the front court, McDowell into the lane he goes, down the lane. Driving layup is good, but it was before the shot. He was pushed by Derek Thomas. That's 7 on Drexel.
I think it's 6.
So it's the Tribe ball to our left. Underneath their own bucket, it will be Brandon Britt, the freshman of Chesapeake. Inbounds to Kitts, back to Brandon on the left wing. Left elbow, I should say. Baseline, tries to penetrate into the lane, scoops it out to Gaylord. Gaylord now to McDowell with 25 on the shot clock, and the Tribe will set it up. Bounce pass to Marcus Kitts. Paces the hoop. Bouncing it to the left wing, stops his dribble. Now they get all over him. Bounce pass out front to Brandon Britt with 15 on the shot clock. Now 13, Britt, right wing to Boatner. Whistle away from the ball, and a foul going to be called on the Tribe.
He hooked him up in the post. You cannot hook with your off arm.
So Ruskoven in for Marcus Kitts. At center position, if you put Ruskoven and Kitts statistics together for the last 7 or 8 ball games, it's been pretty impressive. Holds out front. Angling to the left side. Now to Thomas between the circles. Thomas on the right side to Chris Fouch. Into the corner now to Thomas along that baseline. Left open. Didn't want to shoot it, however. Back out to Fouch with 13 on the shot clock. Chris Fouch, ball nearly stolen away from him. Right side to Colds. Long 3, no good. Gibbons with a long rebound. Back out to Colds, and Drexel will set it up. Coming up on 8.5 to play in the first half. The Tribe's on top 20-13 over a very, very good Drexel team. Up top to Chris Fouch. Fouch the sophomore. Gives it to Derek Thomas, another sophomore for Drexel. Left wing now to Sammy Gibbons. Into the lane he goes. He pushed off. Oh my, but a blocking foul going to be called on Quinn McDowell. Put up that left arm a little bit, pushing, but McDowell was not in proper position for that one. Tribe's already drawn a couple of charges in this game. To our right, Derek Thomas to inbound it. Lobs that ball in. They'll give it to the back court with Gerald Colds into the front court. Left to right as you gauge into your radio dial here in the first half. Tribe on top by 7. Drexel with the ball. Cole, right side to Derek Thomas. Thomas gives that ball now to Fouch. Fouch looking down low. Ruskoven covering up the big guy McCoy pretty good. Gibbons, left wing now to Derek Thomas. Nothing there. Thomas into the paint. Now back to Colds. Driving on the left side. Little scoop shot is up and no good. Well, that's Gibbons with his own rebound to Colds for a wide open three. Good. Now about 4 shots. That time for Drexel and the made one.
Gibbons has great hands, Jay. All he's got to do is get a couple fingers on the ball and he can pull it in.
20-16. Tribe lead by 4. Britt left side now to Gaylord. Now between the circles to McDowell. Quinn on the right wing to Julian Boatner. Boatner up top to Kyle Gaylord. Bounce pass now to Rustoven. Rustoven being bumped a little bit by their big guy. Britt, a 15-footer, running one-hander, no good. Tip, no good by Gaylord. And the rebound comes out to Drexel. Drexel the other way. Fouts from the baseline, a jumper, no good. Rebound, Tim Rustoven flying through there with reckless abandon with a rebound. Britt into the front court. Brandon works that ball on the right wing, and a little screen called against Quinn McDowell. That's a second foul on Quinn.
You got to hold that screen steady, Jay. You can't screen and roll all in the same motion.
6 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the first half of play. The score, it's the Tribe 20 and Drexel 16. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Thank you. Thank you. 4 minutes to go, guys.
What'd you get?
And welcome back courtside, Kaplan Arena. 6:56 to go in our first half. Tribe on top of Drexel 20-16. Looking around the rest of college basketball today, number 2 Ohio State had their hands full with Penn State winning only 69-66 in Columbus. Duke all over Virginia today after an early battle, 76-60. And number 4 Syracuse remains undefeated with a 67-52 win over Cincinnati. In the CAA, James Madison and UNC Wilmington now all tied up 17 apiece in Harrisburg. Okay?
Into the front court, Gerald Colds. Tribe played a pretty good first half so far. Let's see what they can do in the last 6 minutes or so. Charlie, important in the last 6 minutes, isn't it?
Definitely is, Jay. They'd like to take a lead into halftime. That's good defense.
Fouch, a long jumper, no good. Last touch by Kendricks Brown, it went out of bounds. That was the bugaboo against James Madison. Played very well the first 15 minutes, but the last 5, they kind of went cold, the Tribe did. JMU made a nice comeback on them and finally won the game. Ball inbounded to Derek Thomas, now to Gerald Colds. Left wing to Fouch. They get all over him along that baseline, and he goes down the baseline and puts it off the glass up and in.
Well, you got to get help when somebody beats you down the baseline. You got to step over and get in front of the driver. 20-18
the tally. Brown on the right side of McDowell, out front to Kendricks. Kendricks reverses his field to the right wing to Boatner. Boatner bounce pass down low to McDowell, back out to Tim Rustoven for a 2-pointer. It's up and good. That right foot was just on the line, or that would have been a 3. He's got good range. 22-18. Ruffin, left side to Gerald Colds. Colds now between the circles to Thomas. Thomas right side to Fouch. Fouch between the circles to Daryl McCoy. McCoy on the left wing. Tries to get that ball. Derek Thomas tries to penetrate, can't. Back out to Colds, a running one-hander, no good. Rebound Kendricks. Kendricks Brown the other way. Kendricks no fast break. He'll slow it up as he gets the ball across the timeline. Right side now left. Now Ludwig for 3, no good. And the rebound comes to Daryl McCoy. Into the front court, Gerald Colds on the left wing. Up top Thomas, now to McCoy. McCoy lob it down low, and a great defensive play by John Mark Ludwig. Knocked that ball away. It's a Tribe ball. McDowell out front to Boatner. Bodner angling to the left. Left wing to John Mark for three. No good. Rebound. Derek Thomas. Tribe gets back in a hurry, does a nice job.
They've done a very good job in transition defense this first half.
Up top is with it is GERALD COLDS. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the first half. Tribe leading by 4. Biggest lead has been 7, I do believe. Billy Mack, right side to Fouch. Maybe 9, yeah, hit 9-0 early. Down low, Ruffin off the glass. Up and good over Ruskoven. Nice move by their freshman, Darte Ruffin. And it's 22-20. Kendricks Brown into the front court for William and Mary. Bounce pass up top to Ruskoven. Right side of McDowell. Now to Ludwig. Ludwig left wing to Brown. Now to Ludwig trying to penetrate. Can't. Dumps it off to Brown, and rather to Bodner, and a foul going to be called on John Mark Ludwig.
You've got to hold that screen stationary. As you see how he rolled that time, you cannot set the screen and roll all in the same motion, or they're going to get you every time. All you got to do is hold it for 1,001, about 1 second, and you can move.
Into the front court, GERALD COLDS. Right side to Thomas. Bounce pass down low to McCoy along that baseline. Turn around hook shot off the glass is up and good. And Drexel's battled back from a 9-0 early deficit and tied the game up with 4 minutes to play in the first half. 22-22. Kendricks Brown into the front court. Bounce pass way up top to Kitts. Gives that ball to McDowell. Quinn on the right side to Kendricks Brown. Bounce pass now to Kitts. Marcus whistle, and a foul going to be called on Derek Thomas, I believe, for holding Quinn McDowell, and we have a timeout on the floor. 3 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the first half of play. The score, it is William and Mary 22 and Drexel 22. Back after this timeout on the William and Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Pittsburgh's on third and 10 on their own 35.
Green! Green! Green!
For Robert, I was going to get him at halftime, but I don't see him.
I saw him over there earlier.
Griffin, right? Griffin. Griffin. I'm told the Griffin has made its appearance, and the Towelman is going to make an appearance tonight.
Towelman came out.
We are back courtside, 22-22. Jay Colley, Charlie Willem, Billy Mack talking to the fans. We can tell you that Griffin has made his appearance tonight. All endowed this evening in that wonderful green and gold plumage. And the Tribe's Towelman, I think, is going to be...
Jay, if you were paying attention, he came out with the team.
Yeah, right. We're talking about the Griffin, and the Towelman's going to make an appearance tonight. Billy, good to have you back in the broadcast, by the way. To our left,
and here's your popcorn.
Quinn McDowell to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Tribe has never trailed. We've been tied once, and that is now 22-22. McDowell to our left. Free throw in the air. Good.
Tribe's done a great job with patience tonight and setting the tempo like they want to play. I promise you, Drexel didn't come in here with hoping to be in the 20s in the first half.
McDowell's second shot in the air, and it's up and good. Although in the past, that's exactly what Bruisers wanted to do, is he changed his attitude a little bit.
Well, I just think that he probably felt that they would dominate the Tribe on the boards more than they have tonight, and they haven't done it. Tribe's done a good job.
24-22, Thomas out front, Tribe leading by 2. Bounce pass down low to Gibbons. They double team him, left wing to Fouch. Out front now to Thomas, right side to Colds. Down low to McCoy, they double team him. Out front to Thomas, into the corner to Fouch, and a traveling violation call on Chris Fouch. And on the turnover, it goes back to William and Mary.
Tribe's done a great job on foul supply. I don't think he scored, has he, Bill?
Fouch's got 4 right now.
Oh, he does.
Bill, a pretty good job with the guy averaging around 18. Britt, bounce pass up top to Kitts. Left wing down to Gaylord. McDowell on the right wing to Rum. Rum looking back out front to McDowell in BA3 and from beyond. No good. A little bit out of his range, perhaps. Sammy Gibbons gets the rebound. Although I think if he feels it, he should take it.
I agree with you.
Gibbons, left side to Gerald Colds. Colds up top to Fouch. Follow away three-pointer. That's not out of his range. No good. And Marcus Kitts gets another rebound. That's 6 for Marcus in the first half. Britt, left side, left wing, reverses his dribble. Bounce pass back out now to Rum. Between the circles to McDowell. Bounce pass now to Kitts. Marcus into the corner to McDowell. Gets a pick from Marcus Kitts. And a little runner by McDowell is up and good. Marcus said a legal pick that time, and McDowell took advantage of it. He's got 9.
That's a great shot by Quinn that time.
Gibbons. 5 on top by a score of 26-22. Derek Thomas. Right side to Fouch. Back bounce pass down low. That's Sandy Gibbons on the baseline. Double team. Left wing to Cole. That's a travel too. Gerald Cole picked up both pivot feet and walk with the ball.
Tribe's done an absolutely sensational job with their matchup this first half. They've really taken away everything Drexel wants to do.
Coming up on 2:10 left in the first half. Tribe on top by 4. Brandon Britt, bounce pass up top to Marcus Kitts. Marcus down underneath, bad pass. Stolen away by Derek Thomas. They want to run. Bounce pass right side. Gibbons blocked by Kitts. Thomas, rebound up and in, and a foul called on Marcus Kitts.
That's a shame because it was a great play to block the first man shot. That's where you run into trouble in transition. If you don't have everybody back, you can't block out, and that's what happened that time.
First foul on Marcus Kitts.
Derek Thomas to shoot 1.
Derek Thomas has 4 points. He's going for a reverse three-point play here. 2 and then 1, and he made it. 26-25. John Mark Ludwig into the ball game for Quinn McDowell. Nice move by Tony Shaver, Charlie, with Quinn having 2 personal fouls with a minute 58.
Very, very definitely.
Britt up top in the backcourt, guarded by Gerald Cole. Britt will get the ball across the timeline on the left. It's a double pick on the right, back to John Mark Ludwig, right side to Brandon Britt. Drexel smelled out that play pretty good. Up top to Marcus Kitts. Marcus bounce pass to Brandon Britt, goes by his man, and he's called for a traveling violation.
These guys must have been on the road a long time. They're calling a lot of travels out there.
Minute 38 remaining in the first half, 26-25. Tribes never trailed in this ball game. Got the shot out front 9-0, and now Drexel can take their first lead. Cole up top to Chris Fouch. Right side to Fouch. Fouch trying to penetrate into the lane, down the lane, driving, layup is up and in. And Drexel has their first lead of the ball game, 27-26. And right now, Tony Shaver wants a timeout. Use that 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Billy Mack, how about a score update on that pro football game that we're all interested in tonight, the Pittsburgh versus Baltimore.
All right, Jay, we've got 1:58 to go in the fourth quarter. It's all tied up, 24-24. Pittsburgh first and goal right now on the Baltimore 4. So Pittsburgh looking to score and take the lead down into the final 2 minutes.
Elsewhere scores. We'll have them all at halftime. Bill is playing an outstanding halftime show for you. We're trying to get a halftime show guest, Robert Goodman, former employee here at William & Mary.
And now working for the CAA. A couple scores while we wait, Jay. Nebraska fell to Kansas 63-60. It was in the first half. Pittsburgh leads Seton Hall 31-18. And undefeated San Diego State with a big lead, 64-50 over New Mexico.
Well, glad you got in that score, Bill.
I'd like to keep up with those undefeated
I
scores.
might have not slept tonight if I hadn't heard that one.
Matt Rum across the way will inbounds the ball to Brandon Britt. Brandon get it across the timeline. Minute 10 left. Britt bounce pass up top to Marcus Kitts. Kitts hands it to McDowell. Follow away three-pointer. Up and good. Quinn McDowell with a tray. A big one, too. He's got a dozen.
Give that basket to Coach Shaver because he set that play up. Great play.
Up top, Colds on the right. Now between the circles to Thomas, left wing to Colds. Bounce pass down low, taken away by Quinn McDowell. 44 seconds remaining. 30 on the shot clock, about 10 seconds differential. High post pass to Kitts, right side to Matt Rum, gives it now to Gaylord. Left wing to Britt underneath the Rum, and the reverse layup by Matt Rum. The sophomore out of Baltimore is up and good. The Tribe leads by 4. 31-27, 22 seconds remaining in the first half. The shot clock is off. Up top to GERALD Colds. Colds guarded by Brandon Britt. Coach Shaver says no foul. I read his lips from here. Up top now to Chris Fouch. 8 seconds remaining. With it is Thomas for 4. Now to Gibbons, now to Colds. He'll have to let fly a long three-pointer at the buzzer, up and good. Oh my. But the Tribe has a lead at halftime, 31-30. GERALD Colds knocks down one as time expires. Charlie, tough way to end the first half, but it was well played by the Tribe.
It's well played by both teams. I thought it was a good half of basketball.
It will be Tribe ball for the second half of play. And for the call, here's the voice of the Tribe, Jay Collins.
Thank you very much, Bill. Well, we have a full complement of radio crew at Towson.
Are we driving up the day of the game?
We are.
I think we will.
Charlie?
I think I might have to desert you.
Oh, okay. That's right. You got a TV game, right?
I do that.
All right. Well, we'll
2 out of 3.
That's right. Julian Boatner to our left will bring it in for the Tribe. See if the Tribe can break this 7-game losing streak. Up by 1 against one of the better teams in the league, the Drexel Dragons. Right side to John Mark Ludwig, up top to Kitts. Left wing now to Julian Boatner. Boatner bounce pass now to McDowell. Bounce pass underneath the Kitts. Goes to the hole, and he's fouled by number 11, GERALD Colds.
Drexel starting fast this half, so I think they realize they're in a battle out there, and that's exactly where the Tribe wanted to be.
2 fouls on Colds. Marcus Kitts will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Marcus has but 2 points, but he's had 6 rebounds and a couple of assists. Free throw is up and short, no good. Marcus of late shooting free throws a bit better. Second free throw in the air, and this one is perfect. 32-30. William and Mary is up by 2 with the ball. Colds into the front court in front of the Drexel bench. Up top now to Derek Thomas. On the left wing now to Chris Fouch. They jump him a little bit. No, nothing there for him. Thomas on the right side to Colds. Colds angling up top, left wing to Thomas. Bounce pass down low, and a bumping foul call on John Mark Ludwig of Sandy Gibbons. And that's John Mark's second personal foul. This is a team that out-rebounds their opponent by 12.2 rebounds per game. On average, they out-rebounded Old Dominion the other night, Thursday night, by 10.
Among the nation's best in that category, Joe.
Lob that ball in play to GERALD Colds. Colds on the right side to Derek Thomas. Thomas trying to penetrate, can't. Colds on the left wing out of Fouch. They look for McCoy down low. McCoy comes out and sets a pick. Now Fouch drives to the paint, and a block by Marcus Kitts, one of the top shot blockers in the history of the school. Britt up top. And on the left side, left wing, down the lane, back out front to John Mark Ludwig. Nothing there, and the Tribe will set it up. McDowell between the circles. Man-to-man defense being applied. Right now they got to Derek Thomas on McDowell into the lane. Goes McDowell, the driving layup is no good, but he is fouled. And to our right, Quinn McDowell will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That is the 3rd foul on Derek Thomas. Charlie, how does that hurt Drexel?
Well, he's their best defender, so obviously that will hurt them. I think they probably will substitute
free throw good by McDowell. Go ahead.
Massonet in there for him, and they're pretty similar.
And Massonet comes in for Thomas. 6'4" freshman out of Ewing, New Jersey. Franz Massonet in.
As long as they have Coles on the floor, they have a point guard in there, even when the Massonet's not in the ball.
McDowell's had a couple of free throws there. He's got 14, and William and Mary is up by 4, 34-30. Massonet out to Sam Gibbons. Left side now to Massonet. Looking underneath. Tribe, what kind of defense, Charlie? They certainly look like they're a man-to-man versus Fouch. It is man-to-man?
Yes.
All right. Bounce pass down low, nearly stolen away. Ball on the floor. Coles picks it up. Now on the right side of McCoy. Back to Coles on the right wing. Coles trying to penetrate into the paint. Bounce pass into the corner. That's Massanet down the lane, and the little layup is up and no good. The rebound on the floor, picked up by John Mark Ludwig. Tribe really doing a good job defensively tonight. Britt, left wing, into the lane, little scoop shot, up and no good. And the rebound comes to Chris Fouch. Massanet the other way, the left wing. Tribe gets back in a hurry. Fouch to the free throw line, now down the lane, and the driving layup is no good. McDowell trying to fight for the rebound, but he got his own rebound. Chris Fouch did. Out to Massanet. Massanet between the circles, driving a man-to-man defense. 17:44 remaining in the game. Up top to Fouch, right side to Colds. Two of the better scoring guards in the league. Fouch will take one for three, no good, and the rebound to Marcus Pitts. Brandon Britt into the front court. Chesapeake angling to the right side. Bounce pass into the corner. McDowell. He's going to throw up a three. God! Quinn McDowell's on fire! Get him the ball. He's got 17. Timeout. Timeout, Bruiser Flint. That is a full timeout. We'll take it. The Tribe's back up by 7, 37-30 with 17:21 to play. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Brandon Britt made that play.
At least he's finally looking to do something outside with the ball when he drives down there in the middle. Too often he wasn't looking anywhere but at the basket.
He's a freshman.
Yeah.
He's getting better though.
Yeah,
He is that.
He is doing that.
You do that, Jay? I'd like to see you do one of those back jumps.
But you would. You would.
Okay.
Billy Mack be doing the game by yourselves.
Yeah, there's the thought.
Supply Room Companies, Virginia's largest independent supplier of office products, promises total customer satisfaction, better service, bigger savings, more value. The Supply Room Companies.
We welcome you back, Gold McDonald, alongside Jay Colley and Charlie Woolham. 17:21 to go in our ball game with Tribe on top of Drexel, 37-30. Charlie, we've talked this game a lot about how the defenses look so good. They've come out here and played very well in the second half. They caused Drexel to miss their first 4 shots.
Well, they played a little bit of matchup, a little bit of man, and I think it's confusing Drexel because they don't know what defense they're in, and they haven't executed their offense very well.
Charlie, they're playing with intensity no matter what they're playing, aren't they?
Well, they are, and I think they've established some physicality early and let Drexel know they're going to be in for a battle tonight.
Fouch with it, nearly picked up that pivot foot. Now twists and turns, nowhere to go. Right side to Gerald Colds. Coming up on 17 to play. Tribe by 7. Massanet. Left wing to Chris Fouch. Tries to penetrate, stops his dribble, bounce pass into the corner. Givens from 17. Perfect. Sammy Givens has hurt the Tribe tonight. He's got 8. Along with 5 rebounds. He averages a double-double, so it's no fluke. It's 37-32. Britt. Up top to Kitts, gives it to McDowell. McDowell reverses it to Boatner on the right. Boatner looking underneath. Kitts, lob it down low to McDowell. Layup, good! They threw it over Massanet. That time they had McDowell locked up against Massanet.
Well, that's how they break that fact that they're playing him with little guys. They post him up down there and they can't handle him in the post.
39-32, 19 for McDowell. Left wing, Givens up top into the paint. That's a walk. Massanet missed the layup. Tip no good. Ball on the floor. And it is a foul going to be called. If it's Quinn, that's his third. It is. And that's his third. Cannot afford to get him in trouble. Kyle Gaylord in for Quinn. That hurts. Chris Fouch to our left. He'll inbound the ball for Drexel. Right side, Gerald Colds out front to Massanet. Right wing now to Chris Fouch. Now to Massanet, now to Fouch into the corner. Wide open 3. It's up and good by Gerald Colds. 39-35. Tribe's up by 4 with Quinn McDowell, their leading scorer and true leader, on the bench. Ludwig up top, now to Boatner. Boatner on the right side to Gaylord. Down low to Kitts along that baseline. Tries to penetrate against McCoy. Bumped a little bit along that baseline, and a pushing foul called on Daryl McCoy. That's his second. When you're pushed by McCoy, you know it. 15 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the basketball game. We have a timeout. It's the Tribe 39 and the Drexel 35. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Would you be one of the up top people or the people on the bottom?
People on the bottom. There's no way I trust anybody to hold me up like that.
I wouldn't want you over top of my head like that.
Don't trust me, Doug. That's called trust. Or announcers need to, the broadcasters need to do that so we trust one another.
You like that drill where you
Pre-game.
fall back?
Oh, please. Tell them it's 10 seconds so they'll stop.
Yeah, you gotta move up there. Can't block this right here. Come over here.
And we welcome you back courtside to Kaplan Arena. 15:45 to go in our ball game. Tribe on top of Drexel, 39-35. Don't forget, a little bit later on in this game, Charlie and Jay and I will be selecting a Zaxby's player of the game, the Tribe player that did the best job, courtesy of Zaxby's Restaurant in the Williamsburg Crossing Shopping Center. And we are about ready for play. Let's give you an update. James Madison now leads UNC Wilmington 38-32. They've got 12 minutes to go in that game, guys.
Tribe ball to our right. Tribe up by 4, 39-35. Charlie after leading by 1. So first 5 minutes or so been pretty good for the Tribe thus far. Boatner with it on the right. Double team. Got to get rid of it, and he stepped out of bounds.
That's a quick trap. Tribe's got to look for that, especially when the ball goes to the sideline. You don't want to get trapped on the sideline. It's like a third defender.
Kendricks Brown in for Brandon Britt. In the backcourt is Franz Massonet. And Massonet will get the ball into the front court in the left wing. Up top now to McCoy. McCoy angling to the right. Hands that basketball to Chris Fouch. Fall away three. Back of the rim, no good. Kyle Gaylord gets the rebound. Now to Boatner. Julian into the front court. Out of Bloomington, Indiana, the freshman. The top guards in the state last year. Looking to go to William & Mary his junior year, actually. He was recruited by the coaching staff. Left wing now to Kendricks. Up top to Kyle Gaylord, bounce pass to Marcus Kitts. Gets up top to Kyle Gaylord, fakes to the right, goes to the left in his push. It should be McCoy, and if it is, that's his third. And it is.
It's one of the points of emphasis this year. You can't body up the people when they're dribbling the basketball.
Guys, interesting. Tony Shaver has gone now with Kitts, Rustover, and Gaillard all in at one time. That's a lot of height for the Tribe.
Kendricks Brown inbounds to Kitts. Right side now to Rustoven. Rustoven up top to Brown. Right now the Tribe leading the rebounding wars 18-17. And there's only been one team to beat Drexel on the boards this year. That was at Syracuse. Kitts into the paint. Ball knocked away, stolen away from him. And a double dribble call on Massonet. Tribe got a break there because they were on a streak. What does that mean, Charlie? The only team that really has out-rebounded Drexel has been at Syracuse.
Well, and the Tribe out-rebounded Syracuse, didn't they?
I think you're right.
So if A equals B, then B equals A.
Oh, that's, I can't, when you started multiplying, adding, subtracting letters, I lost you. Boatner up top. Bounce pass now to Kitts, top of the key. Kitts looking for a cutter, right side to Boatner, trying to drive the baseline, and he's pushed by Chris Fouch.
The patience the Tribe has shown on offense has got Drexel's defense a little bit impatient out there, and they're committing fouls.
Kendricks Brown to our right. Inbounds to Boatner. Boatner gets a pick from Kitts. Ball knocked away from Boatner. They're diving for it. And an over and back violation call. Boatner dove for the ball, but it's going to be a turnover nonetheless as John Mark Ludwig comes in to replace Marcus Kitts. Now you got Kendricks and Bodner and Gaylord and Ludwig and Rustover in the game for the Tribe. Massonet out top, 39-35 for William Mary leading. Drexel with the ball. Out front is Ruffin. Gives that basketball now to Gerald Colds. Colds in the right wing to Chris Fouch. Bounce pass down low. Rustoven dives for it, but knocked out of bounds, and it stays with the Drexel Dragons.
Tribe's man-to-man defense tonight has been very good too, Joe, along with the matchup.
To our left, it will be Chris Fouch, the 6'2 sophomore out of New York City. Get the ball in bounds for the Drexel Dragons. Lob it into Massonet. Massonet bounce pass down low. Colds layup, no good. Tip no good, and the long rebound tipped out of bounds by Darte Ruffin, and it goes back to William and Mary. Julian Bodner in the back court. Now, one of the things that I don't know if you're surprised at, but that Coach Flynn, a very good coach, has not done a whole lot of full court pressing after the Tribe had difficulty with it against VCU.
Well, interestingly enough, they don't really play a lot of players, Jay, so I think that it's a little more difficult for them to do that.
Driving layup by Kendricks Brown. It's up and in. Kendricks took it to the hole strong and made the driving layup. First 2 points for Kendricks, and the Tribe's up by half a dozen. Bounce pass now to Fouch. Fouch on the left wing to Colds. Looking down low, lob it to Sammy Giddens. Turnaround jumper off the glass, no good. Rebound. That's Ruffin underneath there, and a foul called against William and Mary. Charlie, you were talking about that. We were talking off mic about teams pressing William and Mary, and every team can't do it. You got to have the right guys.
If you press wildly and you're not a pressing team, you can give up a lot of easy shots too.
Ruffin at the other end, the first of two is up and no good. Darte Ruffin, a 6'8" freshman out of Massachusetts. Ruffin, a 69%er from the free throw line.
If the Tribe does not relinquish this lead, we'll see the press before the night's over.
Ruffin's second shot is up and good. Drexel, a very poor shooting free throw team if this game is close, right around 59%. Rum in the backcourt. Matt gives that ball to Kendricks. Right side now to Gaylord. Underneath to Rustover. Turn around. Layup. Good. Nice breaking of the press that time, Charlie.
Excellent. They did it with passes. They didn't try to dribble through it.
43-36. Tribe's up by 7 again. Their biggest lead has been 9. Left wing to Faust. Bounce pass down low to Sammy Gibbons. Up top to Massonet. Right side now a three-pointer launched by Colds. No good. Kyle Gaylord gets the rebound. Into the front court is Kendricks Brown. Kendricks, the junior, angling to the right. Up top to John Mark for three. Good! John Mark, Ludwig! The Tribe has its biggest lead of the night. 10 points. Massonet into the front court. Into the corner. Goes to Fouch. Back out now to Massonet. Massonet between the circles. 12:40 left in the game. Massonet back to Ruffin from 16 feet. We'll let him have that shot. No good. And the rebound comes to Rustover. Rum the other way. Rum into the front court. In the circles. Pick. Set. Left side now to John Mark. Up top to Rum. And the Tribe will set it up. Angling to the right wing. That is Gaylord along that baseline. Trying to penetrate. Can't. Up top to Rustover from 17. Good. Tim Rustover is a man.
They're shooting the ball very well right now, Jay.
50% as a matter of fact, so well that Coach Bruiser Flint wants a timeout. Talk about Tim Rustover and his soft shot. Even when they don't go in, they bounce around a couple of times.
He's got a good touch, and he's usually, when he catches that basketball, he's ready to shoot it. That's what makes him good. He doesn't have to waste a lot of time. Ready
to do something positive, even if he passes the ball. And down that last rebound where Rustover got it, and backing up from that, they had a guy shoot a 14-footer, Darte Ruffin. I don't think that's his shot.
Well, it's what you call a triple threat position. He catches the ball and he can shoot, he can pass, or he can take it off the dribble. And he does all three pretty well.
And really, guys, I can't remember anybody in recent memory that got their shot off as quickly as Rustover does. He, as you say, ready to shoot, but that's just such a soft and quick release.
Rustover with 6. So the Tribe now out of that center position. Rustover and Kitts with 9 points and with 9 rebounds. 12 minutes to play. Tribes up by 12. Biggest lead of the night. Massonet, right side to Derek Thomas. Lob it into the paint. Givens down the lane. And a tough layup. No good. Ball knocked away from William and Mary. McCoy, turnaround jumper up and good.
Right now they got Drexel playing faster than they want to play. I can tell you that.
Brandon Britt into the front court. Britt, left side to Matt Rum. Back up top to Brandon. Brandon on the right wing now to Gaylord. Now to Rustover. Left wing to John Mark Ludwig. Now to Rum between the circles. Rum angles to the left wing to Kyle Gaylord. Back up to Matt Rum. Trying to penetrate into the lane. Down the lane. High off the glass. No good. And Rustover over the back. And the ball will, when we return, go to Drexel. I think we got a timeout.
It's not a bad play, though. He let them know that he's going to compete for that rebound, so he's got him thinking out there. Good job by Rustover.
11:23 left in the game. The score. It's the Tribe 48 and Drexel 38. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
First up is Josh. Good luck. Second contestant is Seth.
I don't let Mike Rogan shoot the shot anymore, do they?
I tell you what, I believe you can shoot better than some of these guys.
No good.
Right?
Hoyer's your official headquarters for William & Mary bracelets.
You lose that touch, it goes, don't you? It goes.
I'm very much aware of that.
Martin says the best salad bar in town to help you eat healthy when you're on the go. Look for fresh fruits and veggies from style salads.
And we welcome you back courtside, Kaplan Arena here in Williamsburg. 11:23 to go in our ball game. William & Mary on top of Drexel, 48-38. Tribe shooting 54.8%, 17 of 31 from the floor. Drexel has dropped to 35.7, 15 of 42 from the floor. Still a few too many turnovers for Tribe. 11 turnovers for Tribe, 8 for Drexel. But you're going to probably expect to see Drexel press a little bit more at this point, Charlie. So you got to be careful with the ball.
I think we will, Bill. But I tell you what, the turnovers tonight, for the most part, have not led directly to baskets, and that is a plus.
It'll be Sammy Givens bringing the ball in play to our right. They'll have to come to length of the court. Massonet has it, and he'll turn and do just that across the timeline. Try to get a Tribe defense for us, Charlie. Massonet on the left wing. Go ahead when you see it. Coles down low to Sammy Givens. Along that baseline, really muscles his way in for the left-handed layup.
Tribe's in man-to-man that time, Jerry.
That time McDowell couldn't afford to get to that fourth foul either, so they did a good job getting it to the right guy. McDowell on the back court. They fake a double team. Now Quinn will angle to the left side, gets that ball to Brandon Britt, and Britt will get the ball across the timeline. Britt up top to Matt Rum. Rum on the left wing to Kyle Gaylord. Now to Britt. Tribe's up by 8, was up by 12 a moment ago. McDowell on the right wing. McDowell now dribbling it between the circles. Left wing inside to Brandon Britt for 3. It is up and it is good. Brandon Britt with 13 points. Tribe's back up by 11.
If Britt can make that shot, Jay, he's going to be almost unguardable because you've got to get out on him. Then he's going around you.
He'll be one of the best guards in the league if he can make that shot. And Kit steals the ball perfectly with the left hand the other way. Into the front court, Brandon Britt. Britt between the circles on the right side. Gets a little bit of a hole and stops and pops from 10 feet. It's up and good.
I'll tell you what, right now he looks like one of the best guards in the league, that's for sure.
Yeah, you cut out the will be. 53-40. Sammy Givens up top. Givens hands that basketball to Gerald Coles on the right side to Massonet. Thought about a three-pointer, doesn't want it. Now to Givens. Being double teamed up top to Gerald Coles. Coles with a floater in there, no good. And the rebound on the floor picked up by William and Mary. Brandon Britt comes back the other way. Kitts with another rebound, by the way. That's 8 for Marcus. Brandon Britt gets a pick from Kitts. Works it on the right side, now backing it up and setting it up. Right side to Matt Rum. Right wing now to Quentin McDowell. Up top to Britt. Britt on the left wing. Lobs that ball down low to Kitts along the baseline. Marcus trying to penetrate. He gets a little bump from his man. Left side of McDowell. 12 in the shot clock. McDowell goes into the lane, driving layup, no good, and Marcus Kitts followed with a Dunkarooski. 55-40, the Tribes up by 15 points over Drexel. Massanet the other way.
Tribes going back to the matchup now. They're really confused in Drexel.
GERALD COLDS. Bounce pass nearly stolen away. Givens to the hole. Missed the layup, but a follow-up tip by McCoy. It's up and good. 55-42. Britt the other way. 8:49 left. Bounce pass up top to Marcus Kitts. Now to Gaylord. McDowell, the right wing, to Britt. And looking for a cutter and a whistle and a holding foul called on the Derek Thomas. And if that's that case, that may be 4 on him, and it is.
Drexel foul number 32, Derek Thomas. That's his 4th. Team foul number 6.
Coming into the ball game will be Chris Fouch for Derek Thomas.
I don't know what happened to it.
Tribe ball with a fresh 35, 8:38 to play. William and Mary on top, 55-42. To our right, Brandon Britt inbounds it to Kitts, back to Britt, trying to penetrate, and he is fouled. A push by GERALD COLDS. Charlie, they can't stay with him.
Well, right now, his penetration has really broken this Drexel defense down completely because they can't stop him from going in there. And when he gets in the lane, they're in real trouble. All they've been able to do is body up with it.
Britt to the free throw line, 1-and-1 opportunity.
Okay.
Brandon eyes the bucket. He's got 15. Free throw, no good, off the mark, and a rebound to Givens. Massanet will get the ball into the front court. Massanet on the left wing. Up top now to Givens. Right side to GERALD COLDS. Colds gives that ball into the corner along the baseline, down the lane, and a nice layup up and good by Chris Fouch. He scored in a hurry that time. McDowell in the back court. Ball knocked away from Quinn. Now he dribbles to the left. Now comes back to the right. Now back to the left. He'll get a reverse dribble across the timeline. Quinn into the lane and a whistle and a foul called on, a blocking foul called on Drexel.
Sammy Givens, I think.
Yep. 2 fouls on Givens.
Quinn McDowell and Brendan Britt have really broken this defense down by use of the dribble, and that's something the Tribe hasn't shown much of this year, and that will really improve their offensive game.
And Charlie, it looks like maybe tonight Britt is more effective because of the spacing the Tribe has had. They've been really well with their spacing tonight.
I think they've left pretty good alleys for him to take the ball to the basket. He's just flat out beat his men.
McDowell to the free throw line, and Quinn makes the first. He's got 20 points this evening. A superb game, 20 points on 10 shots.
He sure has.
Tell you what, we got quite a battle going for the Zaxby player of the game between McDowell and Britt.
56-45. Right now, Coach Shaver really concerned about, I don't know what he's concerned about. He's pointing to I thought a Drexel player maybe on that last block out of Marcus Kitts, maybe McCoy, I don't know, we're guessing now. McDowell's free throw is up in the air and good. Quinn makes a pair. And it's 57-44. Tribes back up by 13. Their biggest lead has been 15. 8:05 left in the clock, and we'll just continue to run here. Sammy Givens on the right side of GERALD COLDS. Into the corner. That's the Fouch. Trying to penetrate into the lane, down the lane, little scoop layup is up and good, and a foul called on William and Mary. Fouch is doing the same thing to the Tribe as Brandon Britt is doing to Drexel, and we have a timeout on the floor, 7:54 remaining in the ball game.
The difference is Fouch has got a guard on him. I mean, a big guy on him, and Brandon is beating the guards out there. That's a little bit different thing.
Tribes up by 9, 57-46. When we return, Drexel will be at the free throw line. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Okay.
Break 4.
You got to have a little bit better effort than that over there. That was sort of, oh, shucks, I missed it.
I tell you, we've played very hard, physical, good, and very intelligently today.
As you coaches. We got to do all three to win in this league.
Yeah, young as we are.
Now we're going to get challenged with the basketball. We've got to take care of it.
Yeah.
I tell you, as long as Brandon's handling the ball like this, we're going to be tougher to press.
Yeah, and I tell you, the Hang was the best rebounding team in the league. 23-22 was great.
Section 19, row F as in Frank, seat 2. Once again in parquet level, section 19, row F, seat 2. Congratulations.
That's where your wife is sitting.
Don't forget our next broadcast comes along at 6:30 on Wednesday night. The Tribe travels up to Baltimore to play the Towson Tigers. 6:30 for countdown to tip-off. The game itself starts at 7. Update from Harrisonburg, 3:53 to go in that ball game. James Madison on top of Wilmington, 57-46. They're back on the court. Here's Jay and Charlie.
Charlie, I don't know if you can think of the exact words, but tell our listeners what you were saying halftime about how the Tribe's playing tonight.
Well, I think, number one, they've established the fact that they're going to battle, Jay. They've been physical all night. They've played very good, intelligent basketball. They've executed extremely well at the offensive end.
They're going to be challenged with the ball now as they get the ball across the timeline. Faust made the free throw, by the way. 10-point lead, 57-47. Tribe with it. 7:40 to play. High post bounce pass to Kitts. Up top to Britt. Britt on the left, in the lane, down the lane. Layup good. Wow, what a play. What an effort by Brandon Britt. He's got 17. McCoy, left side to Faust. Faust bounce pass into the corner to GERALD COLDS. I mean, Brandon Britt's had some fine ball games, some super ball games. But, I mean, this is a coming out party tonight.
Well, what he's doing, Jay, is he's very confident with his offense, and he's made shots tonight, and he knows he can beat the guy guarding him, and that's really made him very, very effective tonight.
Foul was called on William and Mary. Sammy Gibbons with it as they get the ball back. Into the corner is Faust along that baseline. Back at Colds for three. He was open, and he makes it. 59-50. Tribe's up by 9. Full court pressure. Run in the backcourt to Britt. Now to Run. Gets that ball to Ludwig. Ludwig across the timeline, taking into the corner nearly. Back out to Brandon Britt. Britt will continue to dribble it out front to Marcus Kitts on the right high post position. Right side to Britt. Britt bumped by McCoy out there, and a whistle and a foul call on McCoy, and that's his 4th. I mean, you get up their center guarding Brandon Britt tonight. That's kind of silly.
It is, and he's going away from the basket, which they shouldn't even be near him in that situation.
McDowell
We'll
in.
take it.
We'll take it. Boatner and McDowell in for Ludwig and Rung.
Guys, that's the 9th foul on Drexel. The next one will put the Tribe into a 2-shot bonus.
1-1 for Brandon Britt here. They're all important. Tribe's 10 out of 12 from the free throw line thus far. Britt eyes and fires and makes. He's got 18.
He's playing like a confident veteran right now, and that's what he has to do for this team to be good.
60-50. Tribe's up by 10 at home, 6:49 left. Britt eyes the bucket, fires the bucket, and makes the bucket. 61-50. Tribe's up by 11. Masonette into the front court for Drexel. Ruffin on the right side to GERALD COLDS. Up top to Faust. A 3-point effort. Back of the rim, no good. And the rebound on the floor, picked up by Boatner and saved to McDowell. Quinn into the front court. Quinn across the timeline on the right side. Between the circles. Kitts gets a pick up top to Brandon Britt, and Britt will set it up. 20 on the shot clock. Brandon into the left, now coming back to the right. Right wing to McDowell. Back out to Brandon Britt. Tries to penetrate into the lane, into the corner. Boatner for 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, that's Drexel. Sammy Gibbons got the rebound. Holds the other way, back to Gibbons. Gibbons on the left wing now to Franz Masonette. 6 minutes to play. Tribe's up by 11. Masonette brings it out and sets it up for Bruiser Flint's ball club, coming in with a record of 11-4. Coles on the left wing. They beat Louisville earlier this year. Coles into the lane, blocked by Britt, picked up by Gibbons, and the layup is no good. A foul call on Kitts, and Gibbons kind of threw Kitts away. Kitts and Gibbons got tangled up, and I think Gibbons was just a little bit frustrated. Third foul on Kitts.
Frustrated.
Flustered.
Flustered or frustrated?
That's a little bit of a both.
I think what he did, though, he couldn't get free, so he had to try to push him away from him.
Right. Gibbons to our left. Junior out of Philadelphia. Averaging a double-double this year. But tonight he's got 10 points and 8 rebounds. So aiming for that again. Eyes the bucket. And Gibbons' free throw is no good. Kitts will take a break. Rustoven and Kendrick Brown coming in. Britt and Kitts take a break. 5:46 remaining. Gibbons again to our left with another free throw. It's up in the air and it's good. 61-51. Tribe is up by 10 here at home. Just a very good Drexel team. Kendrick Brown in the backcourt, and he's hammered by Franz Massenat, I believe. Charlie, you think a lot of this Drexel team. We were talking before the season began, and Washington upset teams early on. You think they're really one of the more talented teams that Bruiser Flint's had up there?
Well, I think what they are is very physical, and I think the Tribe physically has taken it to them tonight and done a great job. I think what this game should be telling them, these William Mary players, is that they can play with everybody if they just do what they're supposed to do.
Kendricks' free throw is in the air, good. Brown makes one. Kendricks has got 3 points tonight off the bench.
We missed just one free throw.
12 of 14.
That's 14. I knew it was good.
Brown's second free throw, good. 63-51. The Tribe's back up by a dozen. Massenat the other way. Up top to Ruffin. On the right side to Gerald Colds. Colds into the corner. It goes, that's number 3, Chris Fouch, no good. And McDowell gets the rebound. Great defense by Gaylord, that team on Colds. That's got to be a tough assignment for him. McDowell up top. Now to Kyle Gaylord. Gives it to McDowell. McDowell bounce pass to Rustoven. High post. Jim Rustoven hands it back to Quinn McDowell. Quinn trying to penetrate into the paint. On that baseline to Boatner. A little runner. It's up and good, but a charging foul called on Julian Boatner, and they wave off the bucket. Second foul on Julian.
The way the Tribe has rebounded tonight, Jay, it sort of reminds me of gang tackling in football. We've gang rebound out there tonight. Done a really good job.
And because of that, out-rebounded the best rebounding team in this league, 25-24. 5 minutes to play. Tribe's up by a dozen. Couch with it. Coles, rather. Down low, Gibbons. Turnaround hook shot, no good. And that's rebound McDowell. McDowell, a great job of blocking out Darte Ruffin. Kendricks Brown, left side, Gaylord trying to penetrate into the lane, down low, Rustoven player. Good! What a pass from Gaylord to Rustoven, and look at the Tribe get back in a hurry. Massenat out top to Gibbons. Gibbons on the right side to Fouch. Fouch bounce pass to Coles for 3. Good. Now he's the 13th best free throw shooter in the history of Drexel. He can fire him up there, and it's 65-54. Boatner inbounds to Brown, back to Boatner. Boatner, baseball pass to McDowell on the right side, and the layup is up and in from Kyle Gaylord, who got the baseball pass, and Kyle saw McDowell, and the Tribe's not slowing it up any, Charlie.
Well, I think what they're doing, they're playing with great confidence. They're on the attack all the time, and that's why they're in the position they are right now.
67-54. Fouch along the baseline, into the lane, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Gaylord gets that to Boatner. Boatner across the timeline. This time Julian will hold it up a little bit to Kendricks Brown between the circles. Kendricks directing traffic. This would be a monumental upset for this young Tribe team, and a foul going to be called on Quinn McDowell, and that's his 4th. Down low, pushing off the Drexel player. Ken Pomeroy, an index of that puts out all kinds of statistics, calls William & Mary the 58th youngest team in America, and right now they got one of the bigger upsets going, 67-54, up by 13 with 3:43 to play. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. Emily?
Okay.
Oh, okay, I was afraid.
We were worried.
Did you get that last break? All right, just break 5. All right, thanks.
Well, we came in 7.5-point dogs. So.
Well, but we haven't backed away. We haven't tried to back into a victory. We're trying to go get it, and I think that's really been a big plus. We haven't stopped playing at any stage of the ball game.
Yeah.
At this time, we'd like to recognize all fans from Upward Basketball, along with our boys at Girls Club, and all scouts who are coming out tonight. Thanks for coming out to support the Tribe. Please stick around after the game and join the team for an autograph session. Team posters will be provided. In other action this evening, a final. UConn 82, DePaul 62. A final in
The football game started
Texas
again.
A&M 91, Missouri 89.
7-0 Falcons.
A final, Texas 66, Oklahoma 46.
We are back courtside. 3:43 to go in our game. Tribe on top, 67-54. And Charlie, well, we're ready to action. Let's throw it back to Jay, and we'll talk about that later.
Drexel down by 13 on the road. The Drexel Dragons 11-4 coming in. They've won 2 in a row. The Tribes lost 7 games in a row, trying to break that scheme. Right side Thomas. On the right, into the right corner it goes to Gerald Coles. Tries to penetrate. Bounce pass down low to Darte Ruffin, and the layup is up and in. And right back to a full court pressure by Drexel. Kendricks Brown, bounce pass in. They double team at the Brandon Britt. He's bumped a little bit by Darte Ruffin, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Last basket is attributed to Darte.
Charlie, I was going to talk to you during the break. This team has not had the opportunity to really get some confidence, but tonight it looks like really they're feeling good about themselves, and that's got to help.
Bill, they've competed from start to finish. They haven't tried to back into a victory. They've kept playing, and I think that's been a great lesson for these guys.
Free throw is up and good by Brandon Britt.
And may I add, they have shot the lights out of it tonight. That has helped immensely.
59%.
And they've just burned it from the foul line, too, Jay.
15 of 17. Britt's free throw, make it 16 of 18. Brandon's got 21 points. Is that a career high?
That is a
for the
career
freshman?
high.
Yes, it is. Derek Thomas drives up by 13. Coles now got away with a stutter step out front, and the foul going to be called on Kendricks Brown.
Tribe foul number 1, Kendricks Brown. That's his first.
It's a real shame, too, guys, because Rustover had a nice block back there and didn't have to take the foul.
Britt and Gaylord and Rustoven and Brown and Kitts in the ball game. Now McDowell wants to check in. He's got 4 personal fouls. Free throws up and no good by Gerald Coles. And it's a remarkable, guys, and we've all seen it in sports. Charlie, I'm assuming you endured it when you were coaching basketball. You'd have some teams that you could beat almost every time, other teams that you could hardly ever beat, had your number as it were, and the Tribes had the number of Drexel over the last 2 or 3 years under head coach Tony Shaver, when Drexel's had some very good teams. And a whistle and a foul going to be called on Franz Massonet. But Charlie, comment on that.
I think it's true. I think the Tribe's style of play is very difficult for Drexel to play against, and consequently, they've been successful.
And yet, who are you saying that earlier tonight Drexel was beaten some team? No, VCU had lost to Northeastern a few times, right?
Oh, they've lost 3 in a row to Northeastern. VCU has lost 2 games at home in the last umpteen years, I think. Both of them have been to Northeastern.
Brandon Britt's free throw is up and good. 22 for the freshman. I'm sorry to say young freshman. I think tonight he's become an old freshman.
He's become of age tonight. And he's done it within the system, Jay. He hasn't had to try to do it on his own all the time. Made great individual plays, but they were there.
Brandon's second free throw is up and good. 71-57, a 14-point bulge with 3:08 to play. McCoy up top to Thomas. Derek Thomas bounce pass on the left wing to Chris Fouts, trying to penetrate into the lane. Little runner, no good. Ball on the floor, picked up by Tim Rustover. Rebound, but a big guy, his third rebound of the ball game. So the centers are Charlie for the Tribe, Kitts and Rustoven with 13 points and 12 rebounds. Britt up top. Britt bounce pass from the left wing to Rustoven. Now out front to Kitts. And a foul called on Drexel. Third foul on Sammy Gibbons. Or was it on Gibbons? Number 3, Chris Fouch was looking. It says it was on me, but evidently it was on Gibbons. They didn't give Coach Fouch the whistle, did they? Rustoven to our right. Tim's free throw is up in the air and good. 19 of 21 is the Tribe from the free throw line. 9 points by the freshman Tim Rustoven. Free throws in the air. Good by Rustoven. 73-57 into the front court. GERALD COLDS up top to McCoy. Left side to Thomas. Thomas bounce pass on the left wing to Fouch. 2:30 to play. Up top now to Thomas. Got away with a walk. Down the lane he goes, and a foul called on William and Mary. Charlie, now I don't know where the Tribe's going to finish in the league. Don't know where you're going to get in the tournament. But this is the kind of game that would have to really scare whomever the Tribe plays in the CAA tournament.
Well, the other thing, Jay, is in no game in this league going to be easy on the opposition's floor. I don't care who it is. Tribe goes to Towson, they haven't won a ball game, but they will be tough to beat on their floor. That's just the way basketball is. Every team, every league in the country, they beat up on each other.
Thomas's free throw is up and good.
This one is no exception.
McDowell back in the ball game for Marcus Kitts, who gets a nice round of applause as he goes out, the senior. Thomas's second free throw is in the air, good. So Derek Thomas makes a pair. Drexel's not giving up. You better believe that. They'll have a couple of new guys in the game, Ruffin and Massonet. They'll be in a full court pressure. And the Tribe's up top by 14 with 2:26 to play. Britt right back to Brown. Left side pass to Gaylord. Bounce pass down low to Rustoven. To the hole. Layup good. 11 points for Tim Rustoven. 12 points for Tim Rustoven. McCoy. Right side to GERALD COLDS. Right elbow now along that baseline. Derek Thomas penetrating, and a foul call on William and Mary. Tribe would like to just let the clock run, wouldn't they, Charlie?
Oh, they would, but they're doing a good job. They continue to play hard. They continue to attack. And I think that's what's made them be in a position to win this ball game.
You're not ready to call it a win.
I tell you what, I'm just a little nervous.
All right.
I'm going to wait till I can.
We
The
won't
old
call it.
Dandy Don Meredith. I'm going to wait till I can sing "Turn Out the Lights."
We won't call it until you call it. The Tribe is trying to break a 7-game losing streak. Free throw is up in the air and good by Derek Thomas. The Tribe has been led by, in scoring, by Brandon Britt and Quinn McDowell with 23 apiece. Tim Rustoven have a dozen. But everybody has played well, whether they've gotten 0 points or 23 points. Shot up there good by Thomas. You look at Marcus Kitts with those 5 points. He has 9 rebounds, 3 assists for the big center. Brown in the back court, tough pass to Kyle Gaylord, and a foul going to be called on Massonet.
They're going to parade the Tribe to the foul line. If they continue to shoot like they are, this game will be over.
Fifth foul on who's with the bell toll? Franz Massonet, yeah. Goes out of the ball game. Chris Fouch coming in.
We talked about it several games ago, Jay. When the Tribe gets to the foul line, double-figure times or scores double-figure foul shots, they usually play pretty good. They've gotten to the foul line tonight because they've attacked the basket and done a great job of it.
22 times they've gotten, and this is coming up on 23 as Kyle Gaylord shoots it. The left-hander's free throw is no good. He'll have another one. Kyle has not scored this evening, but he has garnered 5 rebounds and has 6 assists. Gaylord's second shot in front of the rim, no good. McCoy gets the rebound into the front court. GERALD Colds quickly. Colds up top to McCoy. Hands the ball to Derek Thomas on the left. Thomas tries to penetrate, can't. Colds, 3-point shot, and it's good. Boy, it looked like he actually changed his arm at the top of his.
He's got a hitch in his jump shot.
All right.
I was saying he got a hitch in his giddy up, but
yeah.
he does have a hitch. but he certainly has shot it well tonight.
Colds now with 22.
7 of 9 from three-point range tonight. He's pretty much been most of their offense.
Yeah, they're shooting 50% from the three-point line, 7 of 14. The Tribe likewise, 7 of 14 from the three-point line. But everywhere else, the Tribe is winning this ball game. On the boards, at the free throw lines, in turnovers, and very frankly, in defensive intensity.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Tribe has done great tonight. They've got the ball to the basket, made a lot of layups in there, and I think that has really improved their offensive output.
Minute 47 left. Tribe with an 11-point lead, full court pressure. Kendricks coming back the other way, got to call timeout quickly, and he does.
If you don't have to make all long jump shots and you get some easy ones along the way, it sort of follows that the long jump shots fall much better. And that's what's happened tonight.
Now, what Drexel's doing here on this press is they're doing basically 5-on-4. Tim Rustover is usually being left open. If you can find him with a long pass, but if you can break the pass, he's going to be open for a layup pretty much every time.
Well, you got to give something. You got to give something, don't you, Charlie, when you're putting that kind of pressure on?
I think you do. There's no question. And tonight, the Tribe has taken advantage of everything they've given.
Tribe trying to win its first CAA encounter. If they can do that, climbing certainly out of the cellar with a win. Bounce pass inbounds to Britt, right back to Kendricks. Kendricks lob that long down court pass to Rustover, on the left side to Kyle Gaylord, and he's manhandled by Chris Fouch. Tell you what, these guards don't mind throwing that ball length of the court with Tim Rustover at the other end, do they?
Well, I tell you what it's done. It's really made this Drexel defense be honest. I mean, because a lot of times you get nervous about doing that because you're afraid you'll lose it and you don't attack the defense.
Shot by Kyle Gaylord is no good. Now, Kyle's got to start making these, or he's going to be the guy that other teams go to at the end of the ball game and put him at the free throw line.
He's a good shooter. He's got to just go up there and make it.
Second shot up and good. First point for Gaylord, 76-64. Tribe leads by 4 possessions. Fulch into the paint, down the lane, driving layup, good. Minute 30 left. We have no music out of Charlie Woolley. Britt gets that ball to McDowell. McDowell has the ball knocked away by McCoy. I mean, McCoy nearly took Quinn's head off. That might have been a fine in the National Football League. It kind of close behind him, but nonetheless, it'll be Tribe ball. What do we got here? Well, the official the young official heard somebody yell something. And, anyway, run into the front court, bounce pass up top to McDowell. McDowell now to Rum on the right. Rum right wing. Tries to penetrate into the paint. Down low to Brandon Britt. And he dropped out of bounds. It goes back to Drexel with 1:07 left. 76-66. Tribe's up by 10. GERALD COLDS the other way. Colds on the left wing. Now to Fouch. Fouch for a long three. No good. Off the mark. Rustover gets the rebound. Ball knocked away, but he chases it down. And now a whistle and a timeout going to be called, I think. Yep, timeout to Tony Shaver. So it'll be Tribe ball after this timeout. And it's a 30-second timeout with 53 seconds to play. Charlie, you're a little mum over there. I'm still looking for a tune of some sort, or at least to strike up the band.
I think if I were to strike up the band right now, Coach Shaver would be very upset with me. They got to finish this game out, and that's what we're all trying to do right now.
The fan, according to sources, said he clobbered him, ref. Now, if that gets you thrown out of a game, there would not be a fan in America that would be able to go to a basketball game. A young ref needs to be scolded and taken to the woodshed.
Between you and me, Jay, I could care less about that. I want to win this basketball game.
To our left, Kendricks Brown. Inbounds to Rum. Rum in the backcourt. But the only way as you well admit, the only way the CAA is going to get better officials is to train them properly. And Drexel will foul William and Mary, and Tribe will go to the free throw line. These are young guys, these three officials.
I tell you what,
Rum at the free throw line.
I take these three officials in the game they've called tonight. I think they've done a pretty good job.
Rum will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots. And the first of which is good. He's got 3. 51.9 seconds remaining. The Tribe's up by 11. 77-66. Rum's second free throw, good. 78-66. Tribe's up by a dozen. That's 4 possessions. GERALD Colds into the front court. Colds on the right side, up top to Fouch. Fouch fakes to the right, goes to the left. Driving layup, missed. Ball batted up in the air, and a ball went over and hit the shot clock, and it goes to William and Mary. With 42 seconds remaining. Rum in, Gaylord out for the Tribe. Hendricks Brown in the backcourt, bounce pass to Brandon Britt. Brandon Britt slices between a couple of guards, and a foul going to be called on the Drexel Dragons. Brandon Britt with unquestionably his best game of his college career. Now he's had a few very good games, but this one is beyond the pale. 23 points, 9 out of 10 from the free throw line, 6 of 9 from the field, and only credited with 2 assists. But man, it seems like he's had more than that.
I would go a step farther and say he's had one of the best guard nights in the league this year. He's really played exceptionally well. He gets my vote for the player of the game.
Britt's free throw is in the air, and it's good. He makes a pair. He's got 25 points, and it's 80-66. This is a team that gives up 59 a game, too, Drexel. Tribe scored 80 on Fouch, layup, other end, no good. Rebound McDowell, 30 seconds to play. They're guarding him still. Fouch in the backcourt, and back off now, and Bruiser Flint says...
Sing your song now, baby. Sing your song.
14 points up with 18 seconds to play. William and Mary were one of the bigger upsets this year, and the CAA will end the 7-game losing streak against one of the better teams in the conference, the Drexel Dragons. 80-66, the final score from William and Mary Hall in Williamsburg. We'll come back after this timeout on the William and Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
All right.